What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is another sample shopping episode, and as you guys know, these are sponsored by decantshop.com, the best website in the world to get your decants. I had an employee of mine recently tell me that he wished every business he dealt with did business the way that Adriana does at Decant Shop. It's fast, the prices are low, and there's constant communication in regards to when you'll be getting your samples. Also, they are pre-measured, so you're not getting ripped off like you are at some other decant stops. Great stuff also in terms of inventory. She just got the Musk Tonkin scent from Parfum d'Empire, which only 1,000 bottles were made of that. She's also added some Jovoy fragrances to her collection, so just a ton of great stuff. Always Frederick Malle and Creed and stuff like that. So, you know, as the holidays come around, it is a great gift to just get someone an e-gift card for someone who's picky and let them pick out some niche fragrances. She can help with consultations as to what they might like. Just the best way to get your decants. Only place I use and the only place I get decants from. So we're going to be looking at 4 scents today from Decant Shop, and the first one is another Serge Lutens scent. Now this is the 4th or 5th I've discussed on the show. I really like this house. I think Christopher Sheldrake is a brilliant perfumer, and I like the prices of the brand. Even if you can't find the scent you want discounted, usually you can find the fragrances for about $100 or under $100. Sometimes a little bit more. This one is called Jeux de Peau, which simply means skin games or a play on skin. And this one can be had for $110 for a 50 ml bottle of Amazon. Notes on this fragrance are simply milk and wheat, spice, licorice, apricot, immortelle, sandalwood, woodsy notes, osmanthus, and amber. And guys, what I get with this really for me is sort of straight up like movie theater popcorn. I think that's what the convergence of notes give me. I really like it. I think it's a well done gourmand that is fairly unique. There's so many gourmands out there that are just almost oxymoronic. And this is not one of them. If you sort of sniff through the accords, I can pick out the milk and the wheat and the coconut. And the milk is what really gives this fragrance a dense background. It sort of could also be interpreted as walking into a bakery in France at opening time. There's just this beautiful thick body to this fragrance, and it just works and totally is unisex as well. One of the better Lutens scents that I've gotten my nose on. Really impressed with the house and the scent at this price point. You know, Lutens fragrances, even if you don't like them, like I don't love Musks de Kubla Khan, they're always going to make you think and challenge your nose. And they're just great fragrances for sort of getting from that point of beginning sniffing to intermediate and advanced sniffing. These are fragrances you want to seek out. Next up, we have a discontinued one from the House of Lutens and Parfumeur, simply called Vanilla. And this isn't Havane Vanille or Vanilla Absolument. This one is just vanilla. And this is one of the original scents that Parfumeur Jean-François Laporte released when he started the brand in 1978. And that's the year this scent was created. So it's one of the original L'Artisan scents. If you want this now, you're going to have to hit up eBay and maybe pay a stiff premium. Notes on this fragrance are going to be ylang ylang, vanilla, and sandalwood. Now, I have such respect for this brand. If you look at my list of fragrances to purchase and check out the niche side of things, L'Artisan has the most on that list. It is a vast house with something for everyone and real quality within this brand. So I was really excited to check this one out. L'Artisan does still have a vanilla scent in the catalog titled Vanilla Absolument. I think it was previously titled Vanilla Havane Vanille. So maybe that's why they discontinued the original vanilla. To me, this is okay. It isn't a vanilla scent that I would feel I need to have. To me, the premier vanilla scent right now in the niche side of things is Memoirs of a Trespasser by Imaginary Authors and Spiritueuse Doubly Vanille by Guerlain. I think those are great vanilla scents. I think Memoirs of a Trespasser is a much better deal at $80. This is a very feminine vanilla scent with the prominent floral note of ylang ylang, and a very light one at that. I feel that the vanilla note sort of dries down very quickly and you're just left with a light floral scent. So I like it. I just wouldn't go to the end of the earth to find this. If I had to go to Antarctica, I probably wouldn't buy it. If it was, you know, in retail, I might take more of a look at this, but not a scent I'd go out of my way to find. Next up, we have a fragrance from a house that we haven't even looked at before the house. And this is the first fragrance from the house that I've ever gotten my nose on. And the house is Nay. And the fragrance is called Figues Garcons, which means figs and boys. And I happen to really like fig scents. I picked up Fico di Amalfi from Acqua di Parma over the summer. And Adriana picked this one out for me to try. She said her husband gets a ton of compliments whenever he wears this. Now, Nez is a French house based in Paris, and this is a newer house and scent, both coming to us in 2011. And notes on this fragrance are fig tree leaves, petitgrain, fig, kiwi, cedar, sandalwood, and musk. And this is available on Lucky Scent in one size, 100 ml for $165. So fairly expensive, but not too crazy. But guys, this is a really good fig scent. A lot of people seem to get a nice crisp pear note at the opening of this fragrance. I don't get that. I get fig. I get a bit of citrus and a little bit of kiwi. So this would be a great spring or summer scent. I think there are a lot of good fig scents out there. You know, Fico di Amalfi, obviously. Fissicos from Diptyque, Premier Figues by L'Artisan. So if you want to do a fig scent and get the money, and you want to try something a bit different, you have a little bit to spend, maybe check out Nez and Figues Garcons, because it's a really crisp and fresh fig scent. It's very juicy and very authentic. It's just a really good fig scent, but not something that hasn't been done before, in my opinion. I don't know. I might come back to this and decide if I want to bottle over the spring and summer. Finally, we're going to be looking at our second scent on sample shopping from the house of M. Micallef, and this one is called Izabelle. Now, M. Micallef is starting to get some of the fanfare they deserve. If you remember, we talked about their Gaiac scent a few months back, and I really liked that scent. And now the line is available at Oswald in New York, and I'm really happy about that. M. Micallef is a French house that was started in Grasse in 1997 by Martine Micallef, who was a designer and artist and runs a beauty academy. And this scent is sort of rare, and that was created by the house for a private client named Izabelle. And if you're interested in checking this scent out, there are a few ways to do so. You can, of course, pick up a decant from Adriana Decant Shop, which I would recommend. And you can hit up eBay, where a full 50 ml is available for right around $100. Now, as you can guess, Izabelle is a woman's name, and this is a very feminine scent. There's no note breakdown on this scent. It's a little powdery to me, a little bit sweet, a little bit smoky, kind of plummy and jammy. I think there might be some cinnamon in it. It's really smoky. There's a bit of an ashtray vibe here, as well as some florals, maybe a bit of amber in this. It doesn't feel that special to me. I think it kind of smells dated. I think that there are hundreds of women's scents out there that smell like this in this price range. You know, smelling it now, maybe pick up a bit of sandalwood and, as I said, a little bit of incense and smoke. It's definitely a darker women's scent. This is the kind of scent that Micallef makes for private client, honestly, that I'm not really impressed. I gotta be honest with you. I was much more drawn in by Gaiac. Not a fan of this at all. It smells like an average women's perfume. I personally would recommend using your money to check this one out, but that's just me. Maybe if you want something exclusive or for your girlfriend or wife as a Christmas present, you know, maybe get a decant of this from Decant Shop and check it out. So that is this week's episode of Sample Shopping. We have one coming up next week, and then we're going to take a week break where I look at a new shaving brand that's brand new, that's really making some waves. The scents we'll be looking at next week on Sample Shopping. One from the house of Clive Christian, one from the house of Neil Morris, one from the house of Frederick Malle, and one from Penhaligon. So that's what we'll be looking at next week. We are going to be doing a niche review this weekend, another amber scent, Amber Rousse by Parfum du Empire, and you know, another sample shopping next week, and a ton of sample shopping episodes, not a ton, before the end of this year, before December 31st. So we'll definitely sneak another 3 or 4 of those in. Always a review on Saturday or Sundays of a fragrance, and then middle of the week, obviously, a sample shopping or a grooming episode. Coming in January, we're going to be doing 3 top 10 lists at least, top 10 designer list, top 10 niche list, and a top 10 decant list of fragrances that I got samples or decants of but don't have a bottle yet. So you can look forward to that. Again, decantshop.com is where you can get all these fragrances. Coupon code MAX12 will always save you 12% off your total order, but always look up at the top of the screen, because sometimes there are promotions running 17% or 20% where you can get a better deal than using that MAX12. But if there's not one, MAX12 will always work for a 12% discount. Very quickly, because I like to put an order of the scents for what I like from best to worst. I definitely like Serge Lutens Jeux de Peau the best. After that, I'm going to say Nez Figues Garcons, then L'Artisan's Vanilla, and then M. Micallef's Izabelle. So that is the order. The 2 that are probably bottle worthy to me is Jeux de Peau and Nez maybe in the hotter weather. So thank you for watching, everyone. This week's episode of Sample Shopping. I obviously am Maximilian. I must know, decantshop.com.
I think I might